DIA says the train to the concourses is back to normal. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon out live at DIA right now. Courtney, they actually resolved this early this morning.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Erica. DIA says that crews were working all night long to repair some damage found during a routine inspection of the train's running surface on Tuesday. Now, all of that comes just in time, as DIA says right now is when the airport starts getting really busy. So take a look at South Security. Lines are really short. Things seem to be going very smoothly. North, South, and Bridge Security all have wait times under 10 minutes right now, so everything seems to be going okay. This is what the area to get on the trains looked like yesterday, though. After finding the damage, the airport reduced train operations. That left passengers waiting in long lines to board to get from the terminal to the concourses. The airport also used buses to move passengers between the concourses. DIA says they found damage to a small switch plate between concourse A and B. Crews wrapped up the work overnight.
These issues do come up, and they are a major inconvenience when they do, and we work as quickly as we can to try and remedy them, or put a plan in place like we have today to make sure that passengers can still get to their gates with efficiency.
And DIA says that their trains work 99% of the time, except for back in 2021 after another big train service breakdown. The airport put out a call to engineering companies asking them to come up with alternatives to get passengers to the gate. The airport says they're still considering those bids right now. Corey, Jordan.
Sure was a mess, so this is a big relief for travelers today. Courtney, thank you.
Yeah, still give yourself plenty of time, though, absolutely, at the airport. Well, weather has been a major factor in flight delays. Right now, FlightAware is reporting 21 delays and 33 cancellations at DIA. Most of those cancellations are with United. We're going to be following this story all day long. Make sure that train is still running properly, and you can always find updates throughout your day on our 9 News app or streaming on 9 News Plus.
Today, a former firefighter accused of raping his co-workers is due in court. Cameron Barnaby is facing 11 counts, most of which are sex crimes. He's charged with raping several women at the Hygiene Volunteer Fire Department in Boulder. Barnaby resigned from that department after the allegations in 2022, but kept his job at another one, Mountain View Fire Protection District. After he was arrested last year, he was put on administrative leave and then resigned. Investigators believe there may be more victims than the ones who have come forward. Barnaby's attorneys say he is innocent. His arraignment is set for 8:15 this morning.
The first in the nation primary has come and gone. Former President Trump is the projected winner over former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. NBC's Bree Jackson has been following the primary.
We will never forget you. We will never forget.
Former President Trump defeating his lone Republican rival in the New Hampshire primary, moving him closer to a rematch with President Biden.
We've won almost every single poll in the last 3 months against crooked Joe Biden. Almost every poll.
Despite her Granite State loss, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley contends the race for the Republican nomination is far from over.
We still have a ways to go, but we keep moving up.
Haley's campaign has vowed to stay put at least through Super Tuesday in March, when 16 states vote. I spoke with NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray about the rationale behind that.
One can accrue delegates and see what ends up happening several months from now, particularly as former President Donald Trump faces a lot of legal challenges.
President Biden beat his Democratic challengers in New Hampshire as a write-in candidate. During a campaign event Tuesday, Biden was heckled by protesters, including those calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. He warned that domestic issues like abortion access are at stake in the November election.
It was Donald Trump and his Supreme Court who ripped away the rights and freedoms of women in America. And it'll be Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and all of you who are going to restore those rights for the women of America.
Presidential campaigns making their case as more voters weigh in on who they believe the nominees should be. In Manchester, New Hampshire, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
The Adams County Sheriff's Office is letting a deputy keep his job after punching a woman in the face outside a Walmart in Thornton. It happened in July when store cameras captured Linda Hurley, her daughter and granddaughter, walking out of the store. Then Adams County Deputy Ezekiel Spots encountered the three, hitting Linda's daughter. There was also a second altercation, but Thornton police could not get video of what happened. Thornton police investigated the incident, and the DA declined to bring charges.
Everybody thinks it's okay, for two females to get pummeled just because of exchanged words, and that's not okay.
The sheriff's office also investigated Spot's conduct and found he did violate their professional conduct policy, but they haven't said how he was disciplined for that. The Adams County Sheriff declined a request for an interview.
An officer in Denver will avoid jail time after shooting into a crowd and hurting several people. Officer Brandon Ramos was one of 2 officers who fired at a person who pulled a gun in Lodo. That gunfire hit 5 innocent people and shrapnel hit a 6th. Ramos pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault. He was sentenced to 18 months probation. Both the district attorney and the judge said it is clear that Ramos did not intend to hit innocent people. The victims still have a pending lawsuit against the city.
A group of students first uncovered the sextortion scheme targeting kids at schools in Aurora and Cherry Creek. Aurora police say someone is blackmailing students by threatening to post explicit pictures of them on social media. So far, students at 6 high schools and 2 middle schools in Aurora and Cherry Creek have received the threatening messages. We talked to the journalism students at Rangeview High School who found out this was happening and printed the story in their school paper.
A lot of it was like, keep the victim safe, but everyone needs to know about this. Like, I know some parents might not hear it from their kids, but they might hear it from us. And that's kind of important because even though we're in high school, I feel like your parents should know.
Aurora Public Schools says they sent a letter to parents about the investigation. Right now, it is not clear how many victims were targeted.
The Department of Homeland Security says they are seeing a rise in sextortion cases online involving kids and adults. Agents say that many of the predators are outside of the U.S., making it pretty hard for them to track down. They say if a child comes forward saying that this is happening to them, it's really important that an adult makes them feel safe and comfortable.
And it isn't the parents' fault. This is the predator's fault. And so it's vitally important that children feel comfortable because something like this brings with it anxiety and maybe embarrassment.
And we hate that this is happening at all. Investigators say it is also important to not delete the sextortion messages because investigators need that evidence. The Homeland Security also has a child exploitation tip line. We have that number listed for you on the bottom of your screen.
The top Republican in the Colorado House is keeping his job for now. Minority Leader Mike Lynch skipped a no confidence vote yesterday. It was the second time some of his colleagues tried to vote him out.
I'll keep calling this every day until we have a caucus meeting.
Lynch's critics within the House Republican caucus say he needs to go for not telling them or the public he got arrested for drunk driving and a weapons charge in 2022. Lynch is refusing to step aside. Colorado Republican Party Chair Dave Williams says Lynch needs to step down from leadership. There could be another no confidence vote later this week.